Hello YouTube. Today marks the end of the zombie apocalypse, in my opinion, because I want it to end, because I think the novelty has worn off maybe years ago. There are so many games that are about the zombie apocalypse. We've had Dead Island 1, 2, 3, Riptide, Dead Rising 1, 2, Dead State, the Dead Linger, and now we've got Dying Light. And it's a perfect game because it combines all the stuff that we are all familiar with. It plays well. It's like when Dead Island had sex with Assassin's Creed, Mirror's Edge, and then you get their love baby, and that's Dying Light. It has parkour. Parkour. It's like running around, like jumping on ledges and running around, stabbing and slashing zombies. It is not original. It is boring. It is really boring. It hasn't an innovating spark in it whatsoever. It's like when these publishers are sitting on their expensive desks looking at their sales numbers and they're saying, whoa, all these people are buying Dying Light. There must be a Dying Light 2. Let's do that. And so it continues. We have to stop this. We gotta stop paying money for these stupid zombie survival games that bring nothing new to the table. And another thing, let's talk about The Walking Dead. I've seen all the seasons up until now, but I'm fed up with it. I'm done with it. Because this series is stuck in a rut. It is going nowhere. There is no story arc. The only thing that it wants to drive home repeatedly from the first episode up until now is that the zombie apocalypse is a cruel, it's a grim situation, right? And people die. So we see the group of Rick, right? And then people die. And then some people join and people die. And some people join and people die. That's it. That is The Walking Dead. There is nothing else there. And I've been comparing it to sci-fi's Z Nation that at least tries to bring back the fun of the zombie apocalypse. It tries that. And then people are commenting on that video and saying, yeah, but The Walking Dead is realistic. What? The Walking Dead is not realistic. It's a zombie apocalypse TV series based on a comic. Really? And it's going nowhere. And maybe that's because it is based on a comic that it's going nowhere, really. Because a comic needs to continue after every issue. You know, they have to sell issues after issues. That doesn't really work that well in a TV series because a TV series needs to go somewhere. And about the realism of The Walking Dead, it's not there, really. Let's make a little comparison, maybe a little strange comparison, but let's say people in a very grim and in the worst circumstances, like in the concentration camps in Nazi Germany in the Second World War. People were crammed in these barracks and they didn't know if they would survive the day, right? But they would be sitting together in this barrack, and while there is life, there is still hope. That's how people work, basically. As long as you live, there's hope. It's a very simple thing. Because people were telling stories. People would sing songs. They would play games. They would still laugh at things, about things. And that's a way to cope with a very dire situation. It's humor, it's laughter, it's hope, it's human interaction. And that would be a normal or a realistic situation for people in a very dire setting. So in The Walking Dead, there's none of that there. They're just a bunch of dudes looking depressed, carrying themselves as if they were already dead. And I just had it with it. I'm done with it. It's going nowhere. Again, it's going nowhere. And of course it has some nice graphics, you know, the zombies look very good, and there's some fighting, there's some action scenes in there. And some of the characters may be nice and somehow well acted, but not really, because the script is really atrocious. I mean, what the stuff that these characters say, if you really listen to it, it's not realistic, people. Really, it's not realistic. If this series doesn't pick up some pace, some arc, some interesting things to do, to go to, or whatever, it's not if it's there. It's been so many seasons of nothing, really. Wasting time. It's going nowhere. So I'm calling it. I'm fed up with this whole zombie thing. It's time to move on, people. Really. That's what I think. But let me know what you think. This is what I think. Leave comments, let me know. Subscribe, I always appreciate that. And see you in the next video. Bye.